Welcome on board of your ships and thank you for coming back to watch next part of this guide. You are, probably, eager to start performing all that third mate work, but still not sure where to begin from. Then this video is for you. Let's try to figure it out. So guys, port papers. When should you prepare port papers and where should you take blank forms of port papers? Usually, about 1 week before arrival, agent can send you an email requesting to send him the soft copies of required documents. They are called pre-arrival documents. If your ship has never been to that port before, the agent, most probably, will attach a blank forms of required documents to his email. If your ship has the same port rotation already pretty long time, then you should have all that documents from previous ports entries in third officer folder, so you can just update them. Therefore, even if the agent has not yet sent any email, the captain will ask you to prepare the port documents about a week before your arrival. If you intend to call at several ports in a few days, you should prepare the papers for all those ports in advance. That's why, even if you have just joined a ship, and next port will be only in 1 day, most probably, pre-arrival documents for that port have already prepared by previous third officer and sent by the captain to the agent. Information regarding forms of port documents you also can find on IMO website. You can download them there. In case if your ship is going to call at the new port and there's somehow lack of communication with agent, information regarding port papers you can find in the guide to port entry that should be on board. So, let's go through documents that in most cases should be prepared for the most of the ports. For example, let's take one of the Chinese ports. Arrival crew list. The document that is required in each port. Here you have to fill up all cells accurately, typing ship's name, port and date of arrival, nationality of ship, last port and next port. This is the information you will have to fill in on most documents. Then in crew list you have to fill up information about crew, taking data from crew passports and seamen's books. Ballast water declaration. Here you should type information regarding ballast operation, if it's going to take place in the port. You can take this information from the chief officer. Cargo declaration. Here you must enter information about cargo on board, which you can also take from the chief officer. Ship's particulars. Usually every ship has own ship's particulars form. Here is shown a Chinese form, where you should fill up required cells. Crew's effects declaration. One more document that is required almost in every port, and that in practice you should start preparing at the stage of collecting passports and certificates of new crew members. You should ask newcomers what personal items they have to declare and type it in declaration. It could be written by hand personally by each crew member, but often it isn't so clean and tidy as required by authorities. Then you should print out required quantity of declarations and give it to crew to sign. Also, crew members should fill up quantity of cigarettes, beer and spirits they are holding. It's allowed no more than 200 cigarettes and no more than 1 liter of spirits. Departure crew list. If you have a crew change at the port of arrival, you should prepare departure crew list in advance with the names of the new crew members, which you will receive by email from your crewing operator. Here also fill up all required cells accurately and tick or underline that it is a departure crew list. General Declaration. The basic document on arrival and departure providing information required by public authorities relating to the ship. Passenger list. Fill up this document if you have some passengers on board. Maritime Declaration of Health. Here again you need to fill up everything accurately and answer to several health questions. Narcotics list or drug list. This is a list of controlled drugs that are kept with captain. Usually, it's done by second officer. So you should ask this list from him. Nil list. Declaration that there are no any special items on board. If so, then you just fill up date and ports information. Port of call list. Usually, it is required to fill up last 10 ports of call and arrival and departure dates for each port. But sometimes, like in US and Canada, it's required to prepare a list of ports where the ship has been in the last 2 years. Quarantine declaration for arrival. Here you should declare how much food of various types and fresh water you have on board and answer to some questions. This information you can get from chief cook and chief mate. Quarantine declaration for departure. Here you must state how much food you are going to take in this port. If food was ordered, you can fill in these numbers. Usually, departure documents also required to be done and given to agent on arrival, so some required figures, that you can only know for sure closer to departure, are given approximately. RPM. This is a kind of Chinese general declaration. Like all documents, guys, fill up everything accurately. Store list. This document must contain details of all the dutiable stores carried on the vessel on arrival and departure, and the location of where these goods are stored on the vessel. Quantity of fuel you can take from chief engineer, fresh water from chief mate, provision from chief cook, bonded stores probably will be at your disposal. Vaccination list. Here you should type expired dates of yellow fever certificates. These certificates are now valid for life, so you can type appropriately. So, and finally on arrival, when agent and authorities will come on board, you should have ready hard copies of all or some of these documents as per agent's instructions. Alright guys, thank you for watching. In the next part we'll see what your work on deck is.